Want to improve your hunt? Introducing the new North American Waterfowler. Log your hunts, track your stats, and have a better understanding of the places you hunt. Knowing the data from past hunts can help you boost your hunting success. Get it in the App Store.
Thank you for joining me today. My name is Elliot, and you're watching Freelance Duck Hunting. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure and do so. So today, this is going to be my second of two AKC hunt test breakdowns. Now, this took place after the last one, which was the Flint Oak. So to start the summer, we did our first AKC hunt test and we failed. Then after that, we went 3 in a row, passed 3. So this summer we passed 3 out of 4. This is hunt test number 3 of the summer out at Flatlander Kennels. Let's go ahead and watch this series here. Now, this was filmed by my buddy Chris Jobman, and he filmed these vertically. So I'm just going to put my ugly mug beside it, and you can watch it on the vertical side, and I'll kind of comment at what's going on over here. Now, this first series was kind of unusual because it was 2 marks, just a double, and then 3 blinds, which is very unusual. And the spacing on this was so tight. Everything was like right in front of us. So you had mark, blind, mark, blind, mark. It was crazy. I mean, everything was so tight. I love this piece of water out at Flatlander. Let's go ahead and watch this now. Once you pick up the gun and you signal, you cannot talk at all until your dog takes off. So at this point, you can't talk. Bird 1, and watch Georgie. So you're creeping forward, over to the left, number 2. She should be right at my feet. So I've got to call her back, get her recentered. Is she going to cheat the bank?
Unexcused.
Nope, right through the water. Excellent. Now she backsides this gun, which isn't great, but not a big deal. The big thing is that she didn't run the bank all the way around. She actually went straight through the water. On marks, if dogs don't take a straight line, if it's a hard mark, they don't have as good a chance of finding it. So you want your dog to take a straight, direct line through the water so that they keep that line and they have a better chance of picking that mark up.
Yeah, so nervous got the dog.
Yeah. I want you to watch this. One issue that Georgia has in these hunt tests is she's chomping on birds, and that is not that you get down scored for that for sure. This was the worst Georgie has ever crunched birds before, and it was kind of my fault because I was just sitting there letting her do it. But she was crunching birds to the point where you could hear it crunching, and that's something that you can absolutely get failed for. In fact, the judge took the bird out of the bucket and looked at it, and I was nervous I was going to fail for it. But watch how bad she's crunching birds here. Sit. Not good. She actually bit my thumb right there when I took it from her. So she's locked in on it. You can tell. So an adjustment I made after talking to Chris Jobman, he was coaching me through this whole process, is just take the bird from her right away. I was trying to make her sit and then take it from her. So from this point forward, I was just taking the bird right away from her and not giving her the opportunity to do that. But I've never had her crunch birds to where you could hear bones snap. So she could have been failed for that. Now they're putting the 3 blinds down. I've never seen a 3 blind series before, but running blinds is really fun.
Hold it.
Look at her, she's still crunching that, but just chomping on it. It's annoying.
Heel.
They're down. They're down.
Sit. Ready?
This first blind is on the far left, to the left of that first mark.
Bang.
And she lined this one. I was thrilled with that. Didn't have to use a single whistle command. Straight through the water, lined it perfect, came back through the water. Good job, Georgie. Man, when you work so hard on certain things, like water entry like that, and you get to a hunt test and they do it right, it's so satisfying.
Good girl. Heel. Sit.
Now the second blind, if you see that big log laying there, it's to the left of that log. You can see how I'm lining up her body. There, not bad lineup. She's a little to the right of it. She keeps wanting to dodge to the right. There we go.
Back.
She still went too far to the right. Exactly the way I told her to, maybe a little too far to the right. Now she's zigzagging to the right a little too much. Right. It's back into the right. So, you know, that we had to zigzag our way through it. But remember, if as long as they're inside of this, you know, and you're showing teamwork and you're working your way through it, it's obviously more ideal if they go straight through it. But as long as you're inside that and you're zigzagging, you're fine.
Good girl. Good girl.
Now, this last blind here is to the right of that log. And you go through the water, then there's land into a second piece of water, and then it's on a little peninsula. And I made a handler mistake in this one with her that cost her a little bit. I thought she was just lined up to the right a little too much. Just to the right a little too much. Not bad. Now this is the cast that I just overcasted her. So if you watch me again on this one, I took a big step to the left and went clear over angle, and she went the exact angle that I told her to. The cast that I needed to give her was more like this. So these dogs, they know the difference between this cast and this cast and this cast. They know the difference between 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And so she took the exact cast I told her to take. Let's watch that again. Watch my cast for her on this and watch where she goes. I stepped and she did exactly the way I wanted to. Here it is. Too far. It's my fault. She did exactly what I told her to do. Straight back. And this one I make a mistake as well because she was right there. Watch. I'm going to show you again. She sees it. She sees it. And if I don't blow the whistle, she either sees it or she's like, oh, I better get in the water here. One of the two. But she was going to, had I not blown the whistle, she was going to go right to it. And you can see her, watch her right before the whistle. Which not a big deal, but had I just given her one more little second there, she was going to go right to it. But no big deal. Still, she did well. That's a tough blind. That's a tough blind to get him to go through that first piece of water, across that land, into the water again to that point. It's a tough blind. I was really pleased with how she did on that one. The honor was on this series as well, but we didn't get that one on video. So let's go ahead and go. I was a little nervous I wasn't going to get a call back for the second series because of the crunching. Honestly, I was a little nervous about it. And I talked to Eric Tizon and Chris Jobman about it. And Chris is like, I'm pretty sure that you're fine. You're okay. So, but I was concerned. You never know what they're going to get you out for. This is a triple with, I think there's a blind on this one. Oh, now on this one real quick, this is the walk up where you're walking and they throw a bird and do the bang. And when that happens, you get one verbal command or you get a whistle. One verbal command or one whistle. And if you listen, I actually have two verbal commands. I could have absolutely been failed right here.
Heel. Sit. Sit.
Hear that? Watch it again.
Sit. Sit.
Boom. I'm out. Thank God they didn't hear. See her creeping though? She should be right underneath me. It's going to be our big points of emphasis before next year. Look how far in front of me she is.
Heel. Heel.
Listen to her being vocal.
Georgie.
So there's no reason for her to be taking those steps out. There's no reason for her to be vocal like that. Both of those are looked down upon big time by judges. But I'm calling her back. I'm showing control of her. Those aren't things that are going to get you failed. But if I want to go and compete at the Master National or something like that,
Deep breaths. Breathe.
it's just something that I've got to clean up.
I'm talking to Grant. Hanging birds.
There's Chris Jobman always giving me crap from the Peanut Gallery. Actually, he's super supportive. He is. Right now, Chris Jobman has more master passes in North America than any other professional trainer. Over 100 from all his dogs at his kennel. He puts out incredible animals. Georgie is the daughter of Flash, who's like a 7-time, 8-time, I don't know, grand champion, one of the best dogs in North America. Now on this one, before she goes, when they're using hay bales, it confuses dogs a little bit. They're used to those holding blinds. So I'm going to have to use a handle on this mark. If you look at that long bale there, the mark is to the left of that, and she goes to the right, and I've got to handle her a little bit. This gets a little sloppy.
Georgie.
I wasn't sure when to handle here. I was hoping she was going to loop back to the left.
Get over there, girl.
Too late. Should have handled earlier than that. I let her get way too over there. I want to replay that. I want to show you where I think that I should have whistled here. And if you disagree or agree, put it in the comments. But I'm going to replay that here. And I'm going to show you where I think that I should have handled her. Where I should, by handling it, I mean hit the whistle and stopped her. Because I'm hoping she's going to loop back around to pick up that mark. So there I'm encouraged. I should have handled, I think.
Get over there, girl.
There. But I let her go way over there. And now I'm in a really bad place. Now she's behind the bale and I can't see her.
This side of the bale.
I gave her a hard left. And man, did she ever take that cast. She saved me. She saved me on that one because I gave her that huge cast and she took it all the way over there and picked it up. So great job, Georgie, on that one. But I just let her get too far that direction to where you get that far over there. Handling back out of that is not very easy when they're that far over to the right. And so I just never should have let her go that far. So let's go ahead and move on. And so luckily they let me move on to the next one, even though I said sit twice. Now that handle on that mark is not that big of a deal. She didn't get into an old fall of a previous mark, and I handled her cleanly back over there. So that's a handle, but it's not that big of a deal. Now, according to the rules, you have to have one series with a clean triple. So as we go into this last series, I really can't afford to use a handle because she has yet to get a clean triple. On the first series, she had a clean double because there's only 2 marks. On the second series, I had to handle her. So going into this last series, in order to pass, I knew that I didn't want to use a handle. Now, I would have used a handle under certain situations if I needed to and just let the judges make the decision on whether they want to pass or fail me. But I knew that I needed a clean series. I think Georgie does a better job of not creeping on this one. That's where I want her, right there at my feet. Right at my feet. There, nope, see that? Nope. Got to get her to quit that. Look how far up she is in front of me. And let me point out when I re-heel her, she starts looking at the other marks. I hate that. But she locked on and she went. Now, she does cheat this a little bit. She should be out and going through that water again. Not a huge deal. Not a huge deal at all. But technically, she should be going through there, but not a huge deal. Got my shoddy gear. hoodie on. Here I made another handler mistake on this next mark. I looked down at her and I saw she was lined up a little to the left, and for some reason I sent her anyway. And she went exactly where she was lined up, which she went to the left of the mark substantially. So she needs to be to the right of those trees right there is the minute she went to the left. I'm a little nervous, but she got up here and she caught the wind. But that scared the heck out of me, because had she gone up there and taken a left and just gone left or gone up and over, I'd have had to handle. So that's the line she should have taken. When she was off, I needed to stop, coax her in to look into the right of that log, talked her into it, and made sure she was lined up. Now, maybe she still would have gone over there, but at least I would have had her lined up right. So one more mark here for the ribbon. And she's locked in. She knew it. I knew she absolutely knew where that was. Like, get her going. Go get it, G. Beautiful Castle Rock in the background. And there we go. That was the third series of the hunt. Now, this was actually a double master. And so I do have the video for the second hunt test. So when we went out there was tests on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and there was 2 masters going on at once, and we competed in both of them and passed both of them. So if you guys are liking these videos, I would be happy to put up a third video of her other hunt test. Put down in the comments if you'd like to see that video. If not, I'll probably just make it and put it over there on Patreon for those guys where a lot of extra content is. So thank you for watching this. And don't forget patreon.com/freelance duck hunting to get signed up for the hunt giveaway brought to you by Flight Day Ammunition, flightdayammo.com, FDH10 code, go get that bismuth. And all the other gear we're going to be handing out August 27th. 7:00 p.m. is when we're going to have that event. So be ready. Thank you guys for coming and watching this. I really appreciate you guys being with me. I appreciate those of you that have been with me from clear back from 2015 on. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. Until next time, see you later.
Will understand this all by and by. Tempted and tried. I wonder why the good man dies, bad man thrives, and Jesus cries 'cause he loves me.